also mentioned the idea of feeling safe during a downturn. That's very interesting because that's topical.
Yeah.
And actually that leads into this question.
Sure.
The only place that I have actually heard that discussed in the Fundrise ecosystem is actually a really well-written, interesting article that Ben wrote. Right?
Yeah,
About
sure.
exactly that.
About the downturn, yeah.
About a downturn, and I think he said, I wake up every night thinking about it, or there's not a day goes by that I don't.
That's true, yeah.
And it was a very interesting article. So here's my question about that.
Sure.
One of the things that I've understood or come to understand about social media is that it is, quote, social.
Yeah.
It is about personalities. It's about the soul of the company, the people of the company, etc. But when I see Fundrise in the online, I really do see a corporation a lot more than I see personalities. So can you talk about this kind of bifurcation of personality and how you manage that balance with the corporate feel?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a really interesting challenge. I think brands more and more are trying to personalize who they are to their investor. We are a little skeptical of the efficacy of that at times. So it's not that you shouldn't stand for anything. It's not that you shouldn't have any personality. But again, I think that brands tend to assume that people are very, very interested in who you are and what your dog looks like. We're very proud of our dog, Zappa.
You do. You got a mascot, don't you?
We got a mascot, and he's great. But we're a little skeptical that actually is the most important thing. And maybe at some point it does become very, very important. Like Uber obviously had some massive personality issues, and that was really derived from the founder at the time. And so it certainly can become an issue. For us, we feel like we're asking you to trust us, and we're asking you to entrust us with, either thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, but either way, it's a substantial amount for you. And so we want to make sure that first and foremost, we're explaining exactly why we should be trusted. And that comes down to the product itself. And the people behind the product are, of course, extremely committed to doing a great job on behalf of our investors. We're extremely customer obsessed. But we don't feel like right now, the most important thing is to make sure that they know what Ben looks like even. And Ben doesn't really have the ego to make that his top priority. And frankly, our investors are not begging for it either. We don't see that like, oh, if only we knew what Jon looked like. That just doesn't seem to be a huge priority for our investors. So at this point, we tend to use social media in a way that we think adds the most value actually for the investors rather than sort of for ourselves. And that tends to be a little bit more informational, maybe sometimes aspirational. But we don't take a really personal approach because we're a brand, and we're not going to pretend to not be a brand. We are a brand. So yeah, I mean, for now, and that's a little bit countercultural, maybe even for like I think the social sort of like guru mentality of the day, but it's been very effective for us.